Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Stubbs, and welcome to another episode of The Stubbs Show, where I bring you guys resources, new connections, testimonies, and things that can enhance your life. So, I thank you guys for joining me for another episode here because without your support, the show wouldn't grow, and the show has been growing. So, I am excited. We are reaching, well, we are on three different platforms, but we are reaching other countries, states, little cities. We're growing on about. So I thank you guys for joining me. I am excited. My day was a little bit started out a little like that, and then I was like, you know what? I need to possibly take a nap, reset, see what's going to happen, wake back up and see how it goes. And things just went a little bit better just because of that. And today's show is going to be all about managing stress, managing those unexpected moments. How about that? How to stop all the busyness and how to get that moment in control and say, hold on, stop, pause. The confusion has to get in control, and we're going to bring things back together. So today's show is all about chronic stress. And I was looking up the definition of chronic stress, and I wanted to give the proper definition. And it is a consistent sense of feeling pressured and overwhelmed over a long period of time. Now, we know that the holidays are near. Some of you guys are worried about what are you going to buy your kids, what gifts you're going to get your family members. Are you going to be able to bring anything with what your money looking like, bills mixed in with buying gifts? And I just want to tell you to calm down. I know you see this Christmas tree right here, but it's only for decoration. I'm telling you, if the holidays don't have to happen, I'm not worried about them because any day can be a holiday, especially when you are a parent and you are putting a roof over your children's head. Just tell them that's your Christmas gift. You have a roof over your head, you have food on your table, and guess what? You have a TV and possibly a cell phone that they're looking into all the time and playing games. So don't be so hard on yourself and don't stress yourself. And I hope that today's show helps you with that. So I see that my special guest is already backstage, ready to get this thing started. So I'm going to give her a proper introduction so you guys can know more about her background before we get into her interview. Now, remember, you guys, we are broadcasting on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I know I'm blushing when I say that. I mean, calm down, girl, calm down. But we are now on three different platforms. So depending on where you're watching at, just put your comment in and we will try to, or I will try to see if I can pull it up and exit throughout the show. And if not, remember, we keep the conversation going on those platforms. So make sure you just come back and visit, and our special guest can possibly come back and answer your question. Oh, and I know I say three platforms. I've been sharing on TikTok, and TikTok has been picking it up. So your girl is TikToking on the Stubbs Show. So you guys make sure you follow me there on Stubbs underscore the brand, because I put clips of the show there also. So let me get back into the guests. Let's get this show started and introduce you guys to my special guest so we can get you the help that you need. Let me tell you guys, your New Year's resolution can start tonight. It can start tomorrow when you wake up. And what gift to give yourself than to better your own self, huh? To make you better. That's the best thing. So my special guest for today is Miss Jody H. Crawford. She's hailing out of Alberta, Calgary. I believe that's Canada. Geography wasn't my thing, but somebody told me it was Canada. I haven't been there to visit, so don't get on me about it. But let me give you a brief description of her. She embarked on a journey of transformation after experiencing the detrimental effects of chronic stress and overwhelm while balancing a demanding career as a high school teacher, running a collaborative studio, serving on committees, coaching, and parenting teenagers. Oh, that can be a lot. Despite the societal glorification of busyness, she reached a breaking point when her health began to deteriorate, leading to a pivotal moment where she faced the possibility of a life threatening illness. Determined to reclaim her well-being, she relinquished her teaching degree, dissolved commitments, and embarked on a soul-searching exploration to Costa Rica with her family. Immersed in a culture that was immersed in a culture that valued being overdoing, she discovered the power of embracing a slower, more feminine approach to life, which not only revitalized her health, but also catalyzed unexpected entrepreneurial success. Embracing self awareness and harmonizing her energies, she founded a business centered around teaching others to achieve balance and fulfillment. Let me get ready to introduce you guys to my special guest, and you can follow her on her social media pages to learn more about her, because I know that was a bit much, but that's okay. I want you guys to know my guest. But we're going to introduce Miss Crawford in the back, and we're going to bring her to the stage. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hi, thank you for
I'm
being
overwhelmed.
I was like, fair enough. That was like a dissertation,
Yeah.
mental note.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. I was stumbling, crumbling through it, and I was like, hold up, we're going to leave the rest for them to follow you to find out.
Yeah, no, that sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. I loved your intro. P.S. I was like, yeah, just
Right,
following
get the
along.
jamming.
It's got such good energy, and this episode is going to be all about energy. So thank you for leading with a high vibration. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you, and thank you for entering with it, with laughing about the joke about. I'm like, hold on, that was a lot. You was like, wait a minute, mental note, So I enjoy it. How was your day?
Oh, it was good. I actually had a really pink day. So we're going to talk about the difference between pink and blue days. But I got to be in infrared sauna and an infrared sauna wrap. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I haven't.
Okay, until I did research for my book, I had not either. So you go into, it looks like a massage bed.
Okay.
You get covered in plastic, and then you get covered in infrared technology, which the idea of infrared healing is that the light waves go into your actual cells and begin a healing process in your cells to help revitalize and rejuvenate you literally from the inside out. And while you're there, you're just sweating out all these toxins, and it comes with a lymphatic massage. So your lymph nodes, which is really the garbage truck of your body, get massaged so that, because they don't have a natural pump like our heart does, like how our heart pumps blood, it requires us moving in order to drain the garbage truck, basically. And so the lymphatic massage goes with it, and you get off the table and you're like 1.5 pounds lighter.
Oh, well, I maybe have to try that out and see about that. And it sounds relaxing too, where you don't have to do so much work like at the gym.
If you like the heat, you will love it.
Well,
Are you a heat girl or no?
Well, I love the heat, but in my 40s lately, I don't know what's been going on with the heat. I'm like, I've been having some summer moments a little bit too early, and I'm like,
like anywhere.
Right. Right. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't know if I want to bring the heat on anymore. I'm trying to slow that process down. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
down.
That's totally fair.
Yeah,
that's totally fair.
Well,
I get it too. Hear up.
You said what?
I said I get it too. Hear up. I was actually on a podcast. In the middle of the podcast, I leaned in. I was like, what is happening to my face? And it just started to go beet red. And that was when I had my first hot flash.
Yeah.
In the middle of a show.
And mine's just come all over the body. So I'm just trying to put my feet in the restroom on the floor. So on a cool area to try to hurry up and cool my body down. But I'm like, this has to stop. So yeah. But let's get into your interview for today. Thank you for joining us here on the Stub Show. And it's all about energy. And I'm so glad that our energy is high for today and it's feeling good. How's the weather there? Is it hot or cold?
It's awful. Yeah, no, it is cold. And it's like, and it's not cold blue skies, which is very typical Calgary. It's cold gray skies, kind of foggy, ominous. Like this is the weather that horror films are made in.
Yeah. Well, you're worse off than me. At least I think we were in the 60s or 50s today.
Mhm.
But I don't want to go any lower, but I know that we will. Did I happen to go out for a minute?
No, well, I heard you the whole time.
Okay, yeah, I thought I went out for a minute. So let's get right into your interview for today. Let's let the people know more about you and how you can assist them with dealing with their chronic stress. So, first question: what
Mhm.
made you want to take a leap of faith and dive into the world of helping people with chronic stress?
Well, of course, it is come from or it has come from lived experience, right? So, when a body is in chronic stress, there is a pain that comes with it. And the pain moves the mind to a space of low frequency. And in that space, awful thoughts come in. And thoughts that I didn't even know I could tap into came in. But there was an overwhelming feeling of helplessness, hopelessness, and depression.
Mm,
And that's not me. I was born since I was very, very little. People had said, just bring her in. She's walking sunshine. Like, bring that girl forward. She'll just like my friends because I'm so pale, or like, can you be the flash for my camera? I'm like, screw you. It's not okay.
right, right, right.
Right? But I mean, the idea of being bright is my essence. That's an
Mhm.
essence of who I am. And I know my dharma is to spread light in this world. I understand that. And I was really experiencing the dark. And I got to a point where I actually couldn't get out of bed. And I was like really scared. I had teenagers at home. My husband was running rampant at that point in his life as well. I was running a studio. I had, you actually read it in my bio. I literally was a high school teacher working full time. I ran a business on the side, two businesses actually. I was coaching and I was running this collab studio. And it was just like I was priding myself on all the irons in the fire, right? It was like, look at all the things I could do. And I realized in my own personal growth and development that significance was part of my wound, that I actually wanted to matter,
Mm.
right? Like I had to go do something to matter. And being born, now I have like a TED Talk speech I could do on it, right? When people come to me and their big program of limiting belief is that they're not worthy. And I'm like, are you freaking, do you know what it took for you to become you?
Right,
Like the
right,
miracle,
right.
that had to align for that sperm and that egg and that day and that time and all those genetics, and for you to land as you, like
Right.
it's an absolute miracle. And so when I started to heal, and like you read, it actually took me leaving my country to go to a country that actually revered being. I had a gentleman on the side of the road go, "Hey, lady, like, where are you going?" I was like, the beach.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, "No, I mean, where are you going so fast?"
Mm,
And I was like, "Oh, like I didn't
right.
even know I was walking fast."
Yeah.
Right? But that was how I was carrying myself through the world. I took pride on being faster, better, easier. How efficient I could be, how many things I could get done. If my checklist of 30 things was completed by the end of the day, I was like,
Yeah.
and I realized that it's a chronic condition in our society. Like not just Alberta, Canada, which is very heavily work driven for sure. The more of these interviews I do, especially internationally, I'm realizing that this is a worldwide issue. That
Mhm.
there is this belief that if we are not hustling, we are not going to be successful.
Oh,
And so, yeah. And so it just became this journey of, except I doubled my income working 2 days a week from Costa Rica.
really?
And I was like, okay, so that breaks the rules, right?
Mhm.
I mean, if I can make my teacher salary, and I was working easily 60 hours a week,
Right.
easily as a teacher, right? I can double that salary working 2 days a week. And in those 2 days, by the way, 4 hours, 4 hours each. Wasn't
Right.
even a full work day. And so it just like it got me really thinking about all of the paradigms that I bought into. in my life. And I'm like, what else did I believe that's complete? Can we swear on the show?
Sure. We're open here.
Just complete bullshit.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's such a lie, you know? And so it really sent me down a road. I had been doing personal growth and development already for like 12 years. And I was coaching on the side, kind of just as like a side hustle, really, right?
Another iron in the fire.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, let me help other people. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just like be more outward focused. Wasn't doing enough as a teacher, wasn't doing enough as, you know, creating basically a school is what my studio was. You know, I was running the school. I had a kid say to me, "Are you the principal?" I was like, "I guess." Headmaster, principal.
Right.
I'm like, I'm a business owner as well, right? So it was a lot. And, you know, I was going to get my master's degree in school systems, and I started looking at the systems and realized that everything just funnels into this same notion, you know, and I just stopped believing in it. And it was difficult. I'm not going to say it was easy, right? But the moment that I was able to fully surrender was the moment that all of this like grace enveloped me. And suddenly I could hear God again, you know, and I'd never even used the word God, honestly. Like I always called it universal energy. I've always called it, you know, thinking stuff. You know, I really believe in quantum physics and you know, that space, but there was a very clear connection that came through me when I was still. And it took that realization to recognize that every time I got to stillness, whether or not I was in a hammock, laying on a beach, sitting and like literally leaning against a tree, that's when the high vibrational positive thoughts started to flow in. And then I started to do some research and I was like, what's the difference? And it was that I was engaging my parasympathetic nervous system, which was all about peace, relaxation, rejuvenation. And in my teachings, I say that there's a step one beyond that, and that is the frequency of complete peace. And so in your sympathetic nervous system, that is where you go into fight, flight, freeze, and fawn response. That's, you know, my clients who've come to me or my friends who've come to me and said, I'm so numb. I'm so numb. And then I get to say, you're in trauma right now. And so what's going to happen to right, because our body loves homeostasis, our body loves to right itself, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to get a disorder, a disease, an illness. If you do not sit your butt down, your body's going to sit you down.
Yeah, it will sit you down. It will definitely sit you down. And we think that we got to stay busy. You know, that the BS for the bullshit is the busyness. The busyness, what it stands for. And especially us mothers and women, we feel like we got to go and do this and do that. When, you know, there's power, like you said, in just being still. And as you sitting up here speaking, it's like confirmation for me, you know, because that was actually a leap of faith, like you said, to say, I'm going to sit still and I'm going to move somewhere else.
Oh, from Canada to Costa Rica.
And let everything go and just rely on faith and what you're feeling and say, I'm just going to leap out there and do it, you know, and to go from busyness of what you're used to, the wheels spinning, to slowing it down, that can be stressful.
Oh, it was so challenging. I remember I was working with a coach at the time. I called her my spiritual coach, and she said, all right, this is your goal today. And I was like, okay, what? And she said, you're going to go lay in a hammock for an hour. And I was like, why don't I just poke my eyes out with spoons? I'm like, what are you talking about, laying a hammock for an hour? Do you know how much I got to do? You know, like and of course, the first time I did it, I did want to crawl out of my skin. My body didn't know how to relax. I was so comfortable being with myself, Like I just wanted to busy my mind. I had never driven in a car without the radio playing. There was always something. Like
Boom.
that became my comfort zone, was the noise, the external noise. And so it didn't take long. I mean, like any new thing, you got to prepare it to be clunky. You know, it's going to be a little clunky,
Yeah.
right?
So
And
you see
then
it out.
I craved it. My body started to crave it. So, like today, you said that you started with a little, right? And
Yeah.
then you went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then your body was like, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to reset
Yes.
and I'm going to wake up and we're going to do this again. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like you created yourself 2 days in one day by
Mm.
taking that action. And so, like, people send me photos of themselves with their feet dug into their gardens,
Yeah.
right? And they're like, I'm chilling out. I call it pink energy. So I'll explain that for your audience very quickly. When the idea for my book came in,
Mm-hmm.
Radical Responsibility, the Pink and Blue Solution to Healing the Ambitious, Exhausted Soul. It came in when I was in Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that people, when we say to people, hey, I'll ask you straight up, what do you do to relax? Like, what do you do to chill out? What's your thing?
Sit still, maybe listen to some jazz music without sound, or sit on the porch, go to the river, see some water.
Yes, girl. Okay. Yes. So you are 1% of the population. The majority of people, yeah, the majority of people say to me, well, I go to the gym, I take my dogs for a really long walk. I work out with my buddies. I get I get a lot of like I meet up with friends and we hang out and I'm like, these are all fantastic things. These are
Right.
all things that are soul food for sure, but they are not replenishing your energy. They're taking. They're using up more energy. And so when you've already had what we call in my circles bluing, right? A dark blue day, right? An action filled, highly thought, your head is like, your head is just going, right? You're using
Nonstop.
up a lot of energy, in your thinking space. And then you get home and the honeydew list comes out and they're like, here's all your stuff you still need to do.
Woo.
Right. And then, oh, I'm going to go, oh, on top of it, I'm going to go take a break and I'm going to go do some more. And,
Right.
and then people are like, I'm tired. I'm
Mm.
like, really? That is shocking. Wow.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I can't
See?
imagine why. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So then when I started working with people, they said to me, so you want me to do nothing? And I was like, well, I want you to surrender, right? Like I would love you to be in a space where you could be open to receiving
Yeah.
and allowing. Like when you're sitting on the porch, as soon as you said that, I had this like image of you sitting on the porch, breeze rolling by, and you're just taking in whatever's around you. Maybe you take moments and close your eyes, jazz music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Like, girl, when you said that, my heart just filled.
Some
Like I was
wine.
like, oh, I'm with you. Like my
Mm-hmm.
nervous system is with you,
Yeah.
right? And so then I can be in this borrowed space with you and we can regulate together,
Mm.
right? And so it's like we can do that in our imaginations. We
Yeah.
can do that in our actual real life.
Mm-hmm.
So in my book, I made a list of like 50 ways that you could get into pink energy. And we called it pink just for the sake of easiness. It was like the feminine energy, the idea of being like in this open, allowing space, right? And then the masculine energy of the blue and the stereotype of the blue, right? I don't care what colors you land on. Like you could call it gold and green
Right.
for all I care, right? But the idea is that one's a doing energy and one's a being
Yeah.
energy.
Being. And you brought up someone sending you the picture of their feet being planted down in with in their garden. And I also have done that, like taking my shoes off and walking on the grass and being within nature. And you know, I've learned after losing my mind, meaning being overwhelmed and just going through so much stress, I
Yeah.
actually lost my mind in a positive way, meaning what people look at as crazy and odd, maybe because I'm a ballerina and I never went to ballerina class. So I might be in the grass and just swirling on the grass and just
Oh,
little things and dancing within the air because like you said, you're taking in and attracting all this positive energy to pour back into yourself because we give so much without even knowing it.
100%. And so, like, when we go into a space of bliss, so I'm imagining you arms out, tall grass, right? Just breathing in that beautiful air. And there's something in your soul that's connecting to Mother Nature,
Hmm.
right? Your feet are grounded. It's called earthing. Like this is actually a modality that people work in. Another one is called forest bathing, where people just literally go and slowly walk through the forest and just take it in,
Hmm.
not exerting very much energy at all. In fact, to get into pink energy, I really encourage everyone to just sit and hug the tree. Like, go hug the tree.
Yeah, I want to try that. I haven't tried that
I
yet, but I
think
definitely want to try it.
talk about regulation, like
Mhm.
a system, they've got trees or these living beings that have regulated systems that are literally rooted in the earth. And so they've got this beautiful energy running through them. I can't tell you how many times I've just found a tree and just gave her a big old hug and
Yes.
just stayed and take 5 breaths.
But you know what? You are giving like you guys we started somewhere and we supposed to be going somewhere else and we this is I feel like we need a part 1, 2, and 3, so I may have to bring you on to finish everything, but and also I want you to not give them but so much because I need them to go to your page, I need them to get
Yeah.
the book, I need them to be in tuned and following you to make sure they stay connected. So we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and get into chronic stress. That's what it's about, you guys, and attracting energy. That's what she's all about. Can't you tell? Like attracting positive energy. We have the energy has just flowed so well. And I guess it's because it's also speaking to me. So I'm like,
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this in for me. But let me not be selfish. let me
Please.
let me not channel in my selfish energy and share you with the world. So we're
Mm.
getting ready to take a quick break, you guys, right here on the Stub Show. And we're going to be coming back with my special guest, Miss Jody H. Crawford. Make sure you guys follow her on Facebook at Jody H. Crawford and also on Instagram at Crawford.Jody. Remember, if you have any questions, you can go on Instagram or Facebook. I'm getting ready to locate where I put my phone at so I can get ready to see if there's any questions that I need to answer and ask to get answered for you guys. But we get ready to take a quick break and we'll be right back here on the Stub Show. Are you ready to live a sober life right from the privacy of your home? Well, check out the 7 Secret Pillars of Sobriety by author Tim Murphy. It is all about what to do when AA and 12-step programs aren't for you. You can check out his book on Amazon at 7 Secret Pillars of Sobriety by author Tim Murphy. It's time to make your change. All right, you guys, welcome back to the Stub Show. I thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that brief break. Remember, if you would like to sign up to become a guest on the show, if you would like to advertise, if you have a product that you would like to be included within the show or become a sponsor, you can just DM or inbox me on whatever platform you are on. And I will also put the email address for you guys to connect with me at the lofnetwork@gmail.com. Shout out to my girl, Tracy McLean. She is a wedding officiant. She is on Facebook. So if you guys are on Facebook, make sure you follow her. She said, glad I caught this show. This is the one I did not want to miss. Girl, who you telling? It is blessing me as well. So you guys right there, make sure you follow her on Facebook and connect with her if you are about to get married. It's that time. I don't know. Somebody need to put a ring on it. All right. Let me get back into my interview. All right, you guys, let me bring my special guest back onto the stage as we get ready to get back into my interview for today. This is my special guest, Miss Jody H. Crawford, hailing all the way from Canada to Washington, D.C. Woo, 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 woo. And the crowd goes wild. All right. So before we left, we were talking about energy. We were talking about a lot. You guys will have to replay. It was good. I'm blessed and honored. I heard a lot. So we were one of the things we were talking about is busyness. And we know that many people, especially women, take on and wear many hats in life and within their day. But this might not be a good thing. Can you explain to us how busyness can cause a person to take on illnesses, stress, and unexpected problems?
Yeah, it's interesting because I was really thinking about the idea of something being good or bad, right? Where it's like, is busyness good or bad? Because sometimes it's a perception piece. And I guess I would invite the perception of, instead of good or bad, alignment. Like the idea of there's going to be seasons of a push, right? There's going to be seasons of what I call dark blue energy. And strategic dark blue energy is powerful, like super powerful. We are meant to be here in this earth experiencing life. We experience it with all of our senses, right? We experience it through touch, taste, sound, smell, all the things that are bluing. Like we're meant to be that way. We're not meant to be in pink energy all the time. We use pink energy to revive and rejuvenate, right? But in our blue energy, when we can get really strategic with it, one of my favorite techniques is called conscious constriction. And this is where you give yourself, like, this. Are you a mom?
I am.
Okay. So you know this. So when the babies are little and you got to go to the grocery store and someone is willing to watch them for you, you've got 1 hour. You can heal the freaking world in that hour.
Yeah.
You can grocery shop. You can get your car washed. You can, you could go disappear and have a chat with a girlfriend. You could come back and your list is like completed. And you're like,
yeah.
1 hour. 1 hour. Give a woman 1 hour and she can heal this world, right?
Right.
And so, and guys too, like it's when I've seen CEOs of companies utilize this concept where they actually get their employees to like chill out, and then they have a conscious constriction hour where it's like, all right, everybody, game on. Let's see what we can get done. And within that hour, they have more production, they have more success than somebody dawdling their way through their day attempting to fill 8 hours, because that's what they committed to doing. And that's been the current model. Right. And so it's like, when we look at good or bad for busyness, what's the end result you desire? Like, is there a short amount of time that you have that you can commit to getting done what needs to get done so that you can show up your best everywhere else? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, for your show, right? Your show is super powerful. Like, I've met you for 5 minutes and I'm like, I want to get to know that girl.
Ooh, I know. Like I have to come to Canada or come to DC. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna really feel into taking you up on that because I
I'm serious. We can hang out, have a good time. And I'm even wilder in person. If
yes.
you want wild, you better come on. I'm wild.
Amazing. Well, then you can be like this energy, and then we'll go and do with me, right? I'll come
Okay.
take you and we'll go stand in the grass and we will go hug the tree and we'll watch the stars at night. You know,
Yes.
like have a fire and just witness the flames,
Yeah.
right? Go stand in front of a painting and see what it does for you viscerally, in your body. Like
Mhm.
there are so many things you can do that get you centered into self. And it doesn't mean that you don't want to achieve and you don't, that you're not going to be successful, or you'll only be successful if you calm the fuck down.
Right.
Right.
Right. And
Um,
chill out.
yeah. Like you said at the very beginning, you're like, people, when it comes to Christmas, just chill out.
Yeah, just chill out. You
Just,
know,
it's going to happen. The day's going to happen no matter how you chose to show up,
and
except
life is gonna happen.
Mhm. So you can choose to make your own stress, right? By telling yourself stories, by sitting in a victim stance, by, having limiting beliefs that aren't serving you, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's just really, I mean, if she comes, yay!
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have a good
Love
time.
it,
We're gonna have a
Tracy.
good time.
Thank you. Yeah. So I truly believe that when it comes to busyness, it's not good or bad. Is it serving you? Is it not serving you? Is that fair? Does that make sense to
Yeah,
you?
but we were going into like the ways that it can cause like illness and sickness. I can say that I've heard when I was teaching seniors, I was working at a day program and I was teaching seniors, and I had a day that I came in and I wasn't too good, and they knew me because people know your energy. Energy is very powerful. And if you're known for getting people started and their day going and their good energy going, when you come in and you don't have that for them,
Yeah.
they can feel it. So I was having not a good day and I just was telling them, and one of the ladies told me, because some of these seniors or these people were considered and diagnosed as basically mental, and they had mental disabilities and all this other stuff, and some behavioral and physical disabilities, but some of them are very intelligent. And
Mm,
you just have they just look, they're in a dark space that, but if you sit and listen, they have some light somewhere where they can speak to you from that place, or
yeah.
something chimes in. So she was saying, Miss Stubbs, I want to tell you, and she was telling me how she used to be a lawyer and how much money she made. And I knew this because I knew her files.
Background.
And when she said how she lost it, she said, "You know how I got in here?" And I was like, "What?" She said, "I kept running around trying to take care of my family. I was working hard, and I was doing." And she said, "One day I just tapped into a place and I couldn't come back."
Wow.
And from there, it taught me about it was like the universe was speaking to me and saying, "Listen, life is going to life. Your children going to children.
Yeah.
Things bills going to bill. Things
Yeah.
going to happen." But if you don't take a moment for you, a heart attack can happen, a stroke. You can lose your mind and go into this dark place, because the mind is a machine that can misfunction and go any type
Yes.
of way, and just so I just was thinking about, it's very important that we take that time, because you're talking about being still. And I know some of the people are listening, like, I run a business. I got this to do. I got that to do. And it's hard as hell. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like you say, if you need to chill the hell out, sit down somewhere, sit your ass down and relax and take everything in so that you can put more things and better things out. And I'm talking to the choir because I'm preaching to myself.
Yeah.
I'm taking it all in also. So I want to get into one of the other questions, since we're talking about work. Do you think that some people overwork themselves as a way to cover up other problems within their life that they may not want to face?
I do. So when we talked about the trauma response of fight, flight, freeze, or appease,
Mm-hmm.
overworking can fit in appease, which means I'm going to say yes to everything so that I'm liked, so that I'm safe, right? Yes, yes, absolutely. I'll stay all these late hours. Yes, yes, I'll put in all that extra time. Absolutely. Yes, yes. That's a trauma response. And then the second one it could be is avoidance. And so avoidance is I'm not going to go home and face that thing that I don't want to face, or I don't want to go out and into the world. And I see people who are in the singleton versus dating kind of zone where they're like, I'm not going to go out. I've got to work tonight. I'm going to work tonight. Work
Yeah.
is a socially acceptable excuse to hide,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I think it's really powerful to acknowledge that for yourself if you're in that, if that's you, where you get to actually ask the question, like, am I here because it's contributing to the highest version of me? Or am I here because I'm actually running away from something or I'm hiding?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen people that do that. Like you say, you see some people in traffic sometime and they're driving so slow. And one day I think I was in the car with my mom. I was blowing the horn. I was like, people act like they don't want to get home. And she was like, actually, some people don't.
Yeah.
They don't want to get home. They're doing things to keep from facing other things at home. And like you say, you get that yes person at work, and you see they're overstressed and overworked. But they keep saying yes because for whatever reason, like you said, they're learning to deal with, or it's their way to trauma response. So,
Yeah.
that can be dangerous and cause illnesses as well. In your bio description, you mentioned embracing self-awareness and harmonizing your energy. Could you please elaborate more on that?
Those are kind of two aspects of self-awareness versus harmony. So I'll talk about self-awareness first. So when I think of self-awareness, I think of it in like a quadrant of four. So I imagine like, drawing on a piece of paper, like a cross essentially. In the upper left-hand corner is this whole concept of, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know anything's broken, so I'm not going to fix it. It's literally the whole ignorance is bliss. It's the space of just disillusionment, maybe. I was just thinking like I kind of nicknamed it, and I'm just looking for the nickname because I thought, oh, I call it lack, the corner of lack. And
Mhm.
so it's the idea that you're wholly unsatisfied, but you don't really know what to do, nor do you really know there's a problem. You're not seeing it as a problem. You're
Right.
like, this is just life. Life is just unsatisfying, right?
Ignoring it.
Yeah. So you're not really aware. So that's the first one is this lack. And then the second part of that on that same side is, well, I'm I don't know. I literally don't know that anything's wrong, but I'm going to take some action steps because I don't know what else I want to do. So, for example, like I don't know anything about why I going to the gym or bettering my body is going to help me, right? But like I had a guy write me on Instagram the other day when I posted about the power of like exercise and what it does for longevity. And he
Mhm.
said to me, I've only got so many heartbeats in this world. I'm not wasting them at the gym. Literally his comment. And so I wrote him back and I said, you realize that you will get more heartbeats if you actually go to the gym, right?
Right, right,
Like,
right.
and
Get
so then
in
I
that
get,
with them.
yeah, so then I get to imagine that he's in that quadrant of, well, I know I'm not satisfied, but I don't know. I'm not really going to do anything about it. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, I know I'm not really going to move.
And I'm gonna deflect by throwing out a bad corny joke.
Yeah, 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 right? So
Yeah.
then we go into the upper other corner where it's
Mhm.
like, I know something's wrong. I
Mhm.
know I'm aware that something is not right, but I actually don't have the tools to do something about it. I don't know. I don't have the education. I don't have enough info. I don't, it's like, but where do I go? Thus why a life coach exists, right?
Mhm.
Like this is, that's the quadrant of people that we typically work with.
Mhm.
And then we've got the other bottom quadrant, which is you absolutely know something's wrong and you absolutely are doing something about it. And
Mhm.
it's like you're in this space. This is the second level of client or participant that we typically work with, where it's like, no, you're achieving, you're already achieving, you're doing really well. But it's in that quadrant, because I work with high achievers, I attract high achievers, right? Who's come into me to work with me are people who are super ambitious. Like
Mhm.
they're going for it, right?
Mhm.
Yet they trip their nervous system and end up in overwhelm, exhaustion, and burnout.
Yeah.
So then they come to me and they're like, listen, I know what I need to do. I even know how to do it, but my body is not letting me get there.
Mhm.
And so then we get to talk about titration and about how to introduce things to our nervous system a little bit at a time,
Mhm.
right? And have some patience because we want it right now. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, like, how do I get home? How do I
Regulated.
get? Yeah, right. And it's like, okay, but
Come-
what if we could just take it like one step, and that single step made all the difference for your next steps to follow. But it made it so your body can just. So one of the things I do with I offer it to the general public. Anybody can hop on. Is I do Vision Quest classes where I bring people in and we create vision boards online interactively. Yet we also play with what it feels like in our body to
Mhm.
act as if. So we're integrating the feeling of
Mhm.
the new space we want to be in before it arrives fully so that our body can prepare ourselves for it.
Sort of like manifesting, right? They
Exactly.
say that and it's like the saying, fake it till you make it. Now some people have taken that beyond and
Yeah.
they've done too much and
They
they
make it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you spent too much or done too much. But that fake it till you make it is more so like, start putting the action in. I always tell people, put the work out there, whether you're doing 100 things a day that you can't mean emails, not 100 things. Let me come back. Let me bring that back. About 100 emails a day or 50, if you're consistent with that 3 to 4 times a week for your business and you maybe take a couple of days off, at some point those people will start responding and that will start coming in. But we get ready to get into another quick break, because when I come back, you guys, I want you to learn more about her business, Attract Energy, how you connect with her, and how you can get the help that you need to deal with your busyness. Sit your ass down. That's what we're trying to get you to do, to sit your ass down. So we're getting ready to take a quick break. And we'll be right back here on the Stubbs Show. So don't go anywhere. And remember, you guys, if you want to connect with me, make sure you inbox me or DM me. Slide up in my DM for the right thing. You guys, y'all know y'all be up in there, but do it for the right thing, right? Reese, come on, keep the energy right. Slide up in it so you could become a guest on the show, or I could promote your stuff on the show. We're getting ready to go into this quick break. We'll be right back, you guys. Don't go anywhere. Are you ready to live a sober life right from the privacy of your home? Well, check out the 7 Secret Pillars of Sobriety by author Tim Murphy. It is all about what to do when AA and 12-step programs aren't for you. You can check out his book on Amazon at 7 Secret Pillars of Sobriety by author Tim Murphy. It's time to make your change. Hey, you guys, make sure you keep the conversation going and join us on YouTube at the Leap of Faith Network. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and also keep the conversation going on Facebook weekly with our updates at the Stubbs Show. So make sure you go on there and like that as well. Also, if you just started a brand, took a leap of faith, or have a business and you want to share your testimony, your backstory, how you got things started, then we need you as a guest right here on the Stubbs Show. It's time to take that leap of faith, so connect with us so we can help you. All right, you guys, welcome back to the Stubbs Show. I thank you guys for joining me. Today we are talking about chronic stress. For those who have been already listening, I hope that you have enjoyed the show so far. Remember, if you have any questions, you can place it within the comment section. And also note that we will be keeping the conversation going throughout this week. Coming up, during next week, we got two good shows coming up. Hold on, I got a guest coming up that used to be a frequent on the Oprah show. So y'all gonna have to follow me on the Stubbs Show platforms to find out who's coming on. But she's also going to be talking about your intuition, your energy, how to use it, and how to manifest and things of that such, and how to be confident with your intuition. You know, we feel things, ladies. We get that certain feeling in our gut, and we be like, no, maybe so. I don't know. And then when it happens, it's like, darn it, I knew it. I should have went with it. So you guys, you want to stay tuned. Also for my single ladies, all the single ladies, I got two guys coming on next week, and they're going to be talking about what men are really looking for in a woman. Ladies, we got to stop thinking we know what men want and listen to what they want. So you guys, make sure you join me every week for new shows, new interviews, and new connections with new people. So let's get ready to bring my special guest back on, because I want to make sure that you guys are able to connect with her, to know more about her brand and her business, and get a copy of her book and anything else that she got going on, and follow her on all of her shows and invite her to be a guest on your show. It's all about energy. We got enough craziness going on in this world. The frequency of evil is large. We need more people to throw out that positivity, to be of good energy and take their frequency up and not down, and fight with us to help people to feel good. Feel good. I hear you, Tracy. We listen. I think I might know a little bit. I don't know. Stay tuned, girlfriend. But I don't know. But you're right. I can't tell you. We're gonna ask the men. But let's get back into my interview with my special guest, Miss Jody H. Crawford. Remember, check her out on Instagram at Crawford.Jody and Facebook at Jody H. Crawford. She has a business called Attract Energy. We're getting ready to get into finding out more information about that. How you feeling, girlfriend?
I feel so delighted that I'm here in this energy, and it's interesting because I wasn't certain what to expect in terms of how to share this message in a concise enough way that people would really understand it. So when I'm sitting here listening to you, even grab the pieces that you've grabbed from our conversation, it actually lights my heart up. I'm like, okay, if you walk away from this and take your shoes off more, and land your feet in some grass, if you walk away from this and realize, listen, oh my gosh, I've got an incredibly busy day. I'm planning a nap in the middle of my day from now on with full permission of that's actually the best thing for your body. Or, I'm taking my lunch because I'm given a lunch. So I'm actually going to take it. I'm going to go sit in some indoor garden somewhere and slowly eat my lunch. So the nutrients actually enter my body and do what they're meant to do, instead of, being in this kind of parasympath or this sympathetic state of fight, flight, freeze, where your motility shuts down in your stomach and you're not even digesting your food.
And you know what? I mean, to put it blunt, stop being a damn punk and do like you said, take some stuff. Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
Take those things. Like you said, there was power in when you said, I'm taking my lunch, I'm taking a nap. So it's like no matter what's going on, hold on, pause, wait a goddamn minute. I'm going to take a nap real quick and I'll be right back, because there's power in you saying, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to take, this is what I'm going to accept, and this is what I deserve. And
Yeah.
right there, it's almost like the word no being a sentence. That's it. This is what is going. So, I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. I'm only saying Jody H. Crawford, but it's Jody to me. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
To DC, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna listen. My girls are gonna be ready, and I host like open conversations once a month. At a certain location, but it is for the people that sign up, because I don't want to say location and then people show up, But when you come, I'll make sure to host one, and the women will come over and we'll just have a good time, and we'll have some wine and some food and some good conversation, and you'll enjoy yourself. And then me and you'll have our own time and get out and do some things in the city. Yeah.
We got these shirts made. We've got a retreat coming up in May, and it's in Waterton, which is just like kissing the border of the States. So it's South Alberta, kissing the border of the States. We have people flying up from the
universe.
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Universe God.
Show up
there. Get me there.
The t-shirts on the front say, must be nice. And on the back it says, it is.
I know that. Oh, I love it. Make sure you send me the information so I can share it with my group of ladies. And also, just so we can sign up to see about coming. You said in May, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I have one in March that's going to be in Puerto Rico. Well, I'm partnering with the tribe there. I'm just like, I'm going. So I'm telling my group, if you want to go, let's go. But the one in May, I want to get there. So I have enough time to make it happen. Just I feel like I'm gonna be there. I feel like I'm there.
That
there.
would be fucking amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So send me the information, Jody, and I'll be there.
We are going to get a photo together with these t-shirts on our bodies and being like, yes, it is. It is nice because I decided.
That's right.
Radical responsibility for my health and wellness. And I surrounded myself with people who cheerlead my wellness. They cheerlead my recovery. They cheerlead my restoration. They cheerlead when I chill the fuck out. That's what I'm going to surround myself with.
And you know what? We might need shirts that say chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's okay. It's okay.
It's completely okay. So I'm going to you guys, once you give me the information, I'll put it out there.
Absolutely.
You ladies want to go, let's make it happen. Let's get into. So let's talk about your business called Attract Energy. Tell us more about that and the services that you provide. Why the people need to connect with you. Elevator pitch yourself. Go ahead, go for it.
Okay, so Attract Energy is even the essence of it came from the idea of being able to double or triple your income by doing less, right? That whole notion of that's what happened to me. So what was that about? And it was that I noticed that when I got right with my energy, when I got in alignment with my values, that I just started attracting opportunities. They just right? They just showed up at my door. People were making phone calls. Even this opportunity, one of my girlfriends sent me your link. It was like, oh, you have got to check this out. And I was like,
look at that.
Right? And it was because I had a goal. I had put it out that I wanted to be on 12 podcasts this past year. So one a month. That was I want to share the message. Yet the universe.
I just want to pause and say, I love your girlfriend for supporting you, because I need more friends like that in my life. And that's what our group is about. And just friends, not just coming around for a conversation, but also you want to make this goal happen. I'm going to help you make this goal happen. I love it. So go ahead.
Let's put your RAS to work, right? So our reticular activating system is the part of our brain that goes to work for us. It looks for the things that we desire, right? Well, imagine that with two people. So now we've got two brains attached to the ether, collecting. So collecting, oh
Yes.
my God, like what you can create when you talk about being in a circle and having open conversations, magic literally out of
Yes.
those conversations. Like it's so powerful. Thus retreats. Why
Yeah.
I love doing retreats. I also have a background as a high school teacher, as you guys already know. So I love to teach. It
And a
is,
background with dealing with teenagers.
yes. Yes, I do. And
That's
it
a lot.
actually, oh, well, I love teenagers until mine became teenagers. And then that was a whole
Mhm.
nother conversation.
Okay. Okay. I was about to say, I was like,
Yeah.
hold the hell up. Are you lying here?
Yeah. No, like when my teenager became, I would say grade 11, I was like, and I'm done with this
Right.
discussion. Right. Like, I was like,
It is
I'm
over.
not doing this all day and then coming home and doing this again. It's not happening. Yeah. So it was a lot. What I liked about teenagers when I wasn't their parent was that they were real with their emotions.
Yeah.
They were so tuned in and tapped on that and especially because I have a theater background. So I taught a lot of arts based classes and then psychology and sociology. So I was attracting these kids that just wanted to know more about themselves and wanted to express. Right. And to me, that was just so real and so raw. And I loved it. And then I had a bunch of parents approach me and go, can you teach me? Like, I want to learn all the stuff that you're teaching my kid. And I thought, oh, I never really thought about teaching adults. I'm like, let me think about it. That was like the seed plant. And then I started designing public classes, and I would put together a class on the power of perspective, for example. Like the moment you shift your perspective, you shift everything. And I show them like in real time, let's do it. Right. And so that's kind of how it began. And so I started doing these one-off classes. I do one called Closing Loops as well, where because energetically, when we commit to something, we open a loop, right? We're like, okay, I'm going to do that. And now it's sitting there. It's why it's so uncomfortable when we don't close it or we don't.
I hope this, because this show is going to send people to your page and to look. I hope that we can get some small 2 to 5 minute clips, throughout the week or daily about energy or things of that such. But go ahead, finish telling us about attract energy.
Yeah,
so about attract energy.
For sure. So ultimately, it is a opportunity. This business is an opportunity for you to come and look at your energy. I do a free energy audit class once every couple months. You are more than welcome to come and join. It's online, interactive. I love connecting with the participants that show up. And then from there, there's an opportunity to do a deep dive, and we can do an energetic deep dive. And we look at, 5 different areas of well-being. We look at your impact in the world. We're looking at your beingness. Like, what are you stepping into energetically such that that's what you're attracting? We look at your energy. What food are you putting in your mouth? Who are you surrounding yourself with? We look at, toxins around your environment, and we have a good look at your love. How are you connecting with others in the world? How are you connecting with yourself? What does self-love look like for you? How are you spreading love into the world? Right? And so we look at all of these areas and we do deep dive into you, because every single person has their own formula for harmony. And the idea is that once we adjust just a little thing here and there so that our nervous system can do so in a beautiful, calming way, we can change everything. So instead of taking one domino and knocking everything down, we're going to find the domino, stand it up, and everything will just stand right back up. And we'll get you harmonized again. And you can heal, and you can have hope, and you can feel like you're living again. And I just promise you, whatever you're going through right now, if it is connected to chronic stress and you tapped on the show because that is what landed in your heart, it's possible to heal. And whatever the hell you're going through right now is temporary.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
Yeah. That's the power right there. Understanding that is temporary, understanding that life is going to life, things are going to come and things are going to go. And sometimes, it seems so big and overwhelming when it's just really small. And it's something that, sometimes you feel like no one is going through what I'm going through, but there are tons of people going through and have conquered what you've gone through. And the most important thing is just waking up every day. I appreciate that. So I thank you for joining us here on the Stub Show. It has been great. We have actually went over our time, which is okay. No worries, no worries. We have went over our time, but it has been amazing. I know throughout the week as I shared this, it's been blessed people in so many ways. It has been an honor and a blessing and I would say like a treasure for me to be able to do this show with you, especially during this time where I too have been going through or just can't let me use my words properly because that's important also. I
Yeah.
came out of something. So speaking with you just gave me some confirmation of some things and just understanding the power of energy. It can be scary. It can seem, not normal. It can seem like odd or displaced, but when you tap into it, like you said, and when you learn to sit still, you get to understand it more, and you actually begin to appreciate being able to tap into that space of your life when you need to. So let the people know. We already let them know that we're going to be sharing the upcoming event in May. If you have other events coming up, let them know, and how can they best ways to connect with you and contact you. So get your book.
Okay, so if this airs before January 9th, there is a free energy audit class.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
We're on now. You're airing now live. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So January 9th, there is a free energy audit class. You can just go to my website, attractenergy.ca, and join. So that's the first step, is just checking in with you. Where are you siphoning energy? Who's absorbing it? Whose energy are you absorbing? Where can you create it? So we have a look at all these different energy sources. And then if it aligns with you, there's opportunities that would move you from there into an opportunity to do a deep dive with me. And so that's a possibility. And that would be on your own time, whenever you would like to do it. And then, just keep your eye open for other classes that we've got coming up, because they're for you. They're priced at a point that is valuable. And one of the kind of really exciting things I've got coming up, and you guys get to be the very first to know about it, I haven't told anybody, is that I'm launching a Vitality Collective in January. And that is where you come in with a membership and you get coaching weekly for a very low fee. And so I would love to support you in your journey. Half of the battle is staying in the energy of positive vibration and being surrounded with a community of people that believe in you and connect you to things. I want to just wish you love and light. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for joining us. It has been great. You have a happy holiday, a happy new year, and you come on back and visit. I'm see you in May anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll probably go live from the event. So
that would be I would just yes.
Yeah, I'm there. So send me the information so I can start planning. And maybe my girls from Puerto Rico can join me there. So we have women from the DC area and Puerto Rico down there visiting, because it is great connection of energy that transpired between us, and now it's going to create a bigger frequency. And thank you. We have some McLean. This is one of my girls from the Sister Circle, Healing Circle. She said, thank you. And you're welcome. She's a wedding officiant. She said, very informative. So you guys, make sure you share this show. Make sure you connect with Miss Jody H. Crawford on Instagram and Facebook, and get your life in alignment. Get yourself together for 2025. You continue to have a blessed day, a blessed holiday, and we connected.
Absolutely.
Again, have a good day.
You love and light.
Right. You guys, make sure you stay connected with my special guest for today. We will keep the conversation going throughout the week. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, anything, you can just put that up for my special guest to see. Remember, her email is contact at attractenergy.ca is right there on the screen. For my folks on Facebook, it is up there for you to see also. We're getting ready to end this show, you guys. What our ending for today you guys have an amazing holiday. I think I'll see you guys before Christmas. So have an amazing day. Let me see if I can get this video on. I wanted to do the y'all know I've been in love with that Nafisa. I'm so bad with names. Santa baby. I know that's what it is. So let me see if I can put that on. Remember, if you want your music played here on the Stub Show, all you have to do is email us and we will get your music on. I am looking for new videos at this time to be played on the show. So connect with me. Let's get into this quick break really quick.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Now I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe is hung where you can see.
Hey, you guys, make sure you keep the conversation going and join us on YouTube at the Leap of Faith Network. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and also keep the conversation going on Facebook weekly with our updates at the Stub Show. So make sure you go on there and like that as well. Also, if you just started a brand, took a leap of faith, or have a business and you want to share your testimony, your backstory, how you got things started, then we need you as a guest right here on the Stub Show. It's time to take that leap of faith, so connect with us so we can help. All right, you guys, this is the video I was talking about from Nafisa. This is Santa Baby.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree. word. Check my Christmas list. 5 carats of better do that you can't miss. Lavish, let's get a sign from my neck to my wrist.